being a coach. See, because game days are for the players. And you guys all know right now, there's no better feeling than waking up. For you guys, it's Saturday mornings. For me, it was, sometimes it was Wednesday nights, sometimes it was Saturday nights, it was different days. But there's no better feeling than waking up that morning knowing you have a game. But you guys only get 10 of them, right? 10 promised games is all you get this year. Coach said in the back, the goal is to get at least 11. So you only get to do this 10 times. The feeling as a coach when you wake up is you don't have much control. You've done everything you could at that point. So are your players going to carry over the game plan? Are they going to stick to the game plan? I heard the guys in the back talking about if different guys are on the field, what we're going to do. That's so important. Raise your hand if you stood up for the special teams. Raise your hand. You think Texas, it wasn't important to Texas a couple weeks ago when that guy watched the ball go through his hands? You don't think special teams is important? Your role, whatever it is, accept it. Own it. And be prepared for your role to change at any time. You don't think scout team matters? Ask the Miami Dolphins. You guys don't think I probably follow football. Ask the Miami Dolphins. Tannehill, one of the best young quarterbacks, was making fun of the scout team. You know what Tom Brady does for the scout team when they pick him off? He breaks them off. You know why? Because he wants to be one of the greatest. So if you don't think your role in scout team is important, you're mistaken. But you better be prepared for your role to change at any time. One of the freshmen, one of you guys, tell me what this slogan, buy in, sell out, means. Somebody tell me. Don't be afraid to speak up. Freshman.
For everything you put in, you let it all out on the field. You gotta take everything, go for the team, and then just let it all out.
Yeah. You only get 10 of them, fellas. That's all you get. I love this quote right here. Each member of the team must demand and expect his teammate to have a high level of commitment, sacrifice, and performance. You're dependent on the guy next to you. If he's not completely bought in, how can you guys be successful? See, in basketball, it's only 5 guys on the court. It might only be 12 guys. We have 13 scholarship guys at Rice. Actually, only 12 right now. You're completely dependent. Your success as a team is completely dependent on 1 through, how many guys you got in here, Coach?
115.
1 through 115. That's what your success is based on. If number 113, 114, 115, maybe not even talent-wise, isn't bought in, it's hard to be successful. See, I was fortunate here to be a part of a team that went from guys that weren't bought in, including myself, to my senior year, guys that were totally bought in. But it had nothing to do with the fact that our jersey said LVC. It had nothing to do that we went to this beautiful campus with a great education. It had all to do with the fact that I loved the guy that was next to me. And he loved the guy that was next to him. And 1 through 15, we loved one another. And so when it was the end of the game, or if it was the first minute of the game, and there was a play to be made, I was going to sell out because I knew the guy next to me was going to sell out. It's hard to sell out if you don't believe in the guy next to you. And if you don't think that's important, seniors, how many games do you have left? Just going to tell you, I'm 10 years out. We were talking last night. We all went out after the ceremony. Great things, great memories, all that stuff. And one of my teammates said, I would do ridiculously nasty things to just have 1 day back to go to practice. He didn't even say to play a game. All those things that Coach listed, and Coach, I appreciate you doing that. All the things that I accomplished was because of the guys next to me. So if you have a role, whatever that role is today, make sure you take advantage of it. Voluntary lift, you don't think that matters? The one thing that I have advantage of as a coach is I've been in places where I know our guys are mentally. Why is coach doing this? Why is he doing that? Why is my teammate doing that? I had to get over myself. I had to give more of myself. This was about the guys next to me. And until I got out of my own way, I was miserable. I was ready to leave after my sophomore year. Lebanon Valley, I don't have any pride in this place. You know, you guys, I'm sure it's the same way. You all dream of going to Texas, Oklahoma. I wanted to play at Duke. But then I realized it wasn't about what the name was. It definitely wasn't the name on the back of the jersey, and I know you guys don't have them on the back of your jersey. Our players do at Rice. That's nice. But it's not even about the name on the front of the jersey. It's about your teammate. So I want you guys to really think about that as you continue on your journey. You freshmen, all right? You think you got a lot of games left. Goes fast. Just telling you, it goes fast. And then you look back, and I'm sure Coach Rhodes used this last year, but I'm going to use it again. You have the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You don't want to have any regrets. Leave it all on the line. Make sure that when you go out there every day in practice, all right, if it's the smallest drill, as I just said with special teams, if it's the smallest drill, you got to pay attention. If coach tells you got to step right before you step left, I don't know a whole lot of football, guys, but if you got to step right on the line before you step left, or you got to make this angle on your step, you better do it every single time. Don't question it. Don't fight coaching. He wouldn't say it to you if he didn't need you to do that in some moment in time that was going to help you guys win or lose. Who are the leaders in here? Come on, man, don't be afraid. If you're the leader, you got to be the man. I don't care. You might not be the best player, but you got to be able to speak up. You guys are the leaders. Be consistent in your effort and your message. Do the right things all the time. Not some of the time. How could I take you serious as a leader if, you're telling your teammates to go hard and then one day you come in and you take the day off? No way I can trust you. No way I can follow you. Be a servant leader. Think about the needs of your teammates more than your own personal needs. That's important the rest of your life. You guys are all probably going to be husbands, fathers. Eventually, I would like to be. You're going to realize it's not about you anymore. It's about your wife and your kids. Scary thought for some of you. Scary thought for me. That's why I'm still where I am. But believe me, it's not going to be about you. So why do you do it? Why do you put it all on the line? Why do you buy in and sell out? Yeah. Last night, man, I had a lot of teammates come back. I got a lot of them waiting out there to tailgate so I can come out and watch you guys play today. And the memories were all about them. I had one guy say to me last night, we were talking about a really athletic guard that I played against. And I played against everybody. Obviously, when I walked in the gym, I didn't get a whole lot of respect. I loved it. I smiled at it. All right, that's what made me go. And the guy last night said, I set the best screen of my life in that game. And I remembered it. I remembered that screen. I remember winning the game and going in the locker room and going nuts. I remember hitting the game-winning shot here in the Christmas tournament and those guys piling on and us going out that night and having a great time, because that's what Dutchmen do. I do remember that, guys. Sorry, Coach. But that's what I remember, and that's what you guys are always going to remember. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I just want you to think about this. And this is something that you guys... Your game today, maybe not. I'm big into reading now. I hated to read when I was in college. I did it. But now I read stuff that is going to make me a better leader, make me a better coach, all right? Help me expand and grow. Because the one thing I'll tell you is if you're stubborn to learning and stubborn to growing, your ceiling's low. Your ceiling in life is low. So you got to be willing to learn and grow all the time. But look this quote up, and I know I'm giving you guys a lot of quotes. This is from Gandhi. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. Your game at some point is going to be dependent on 1 or 2 plays that if you completely sell out, you're going to make that play. But if you ain't completely bought in, you're not going to be willing to do it for your brothers. So if I have anything to leave you on, love the guy next to you, learn to trust the guy next to you, and make sure you enjoy every second of this because it goes fast. All right? Go get the win today, folks.